Hi, my name is Victoria Heiss, and I'm a park interpreter for Santa Clara County Parks. If you've been following our Mercury Minute video series, then you're already familiar with New Almaden and its mercury mining history. Starting in 1845 and operating in some form until 1976, these hills have seen thousands of miners and their families living, working, and playing. The few remaining traces of mining life remind us of an era that contributed greatly to California history and to the development of Santa Clara Valley. Today, the changed landscape invites us back to form a new relationship to nature and each other.
Built in 1854, Casa Grande has seen many uses over the years. If these walls could talk, what stories would you hear? For decades, the Casa Grande served as the official residence and office for the Mercury mine managers, and as a country weekend retreat for the wealthy mine investors. Casa Grande, with its extensive gardens and magnificently furnished rooms fit for royalty, was a symbol of wealth and power, and used by mine managers as a tool for entertaining potential investors and keeping up appearances when fortunes began to decline.
When there was no more money left to be made, East Coast mine owners closed mining operations, and Casa Grande transformed from Mercury Mine headquarters to a community hub.
Through a succession of private owners, the classic revival-style mansion served as a tourist resort, post office, and recreational facility known as Club Almaden, with concrete swimming pools and the theatrical Opry House featuring comedic melodramas.
Today, Casa Grande is a museum where visitors can come to learn about the town of New Almaden and how it produced mercury that was such an important part of California and Santa Clara Valley history.
It also serves as the visitor center to Almaden Quicksilver County Park. Before hiking, feel free to stop by the museum to pick up a trail map, find trails appropriate to your skill level, and fill up your water bottle.
While hiking, biking, or riding a horse along Almaden Quicksilver County Park's 37 miles of trails, visitors will see many mining remnants, often passing by them in pursuit of recreation and relaxation. If you could spare a moment to stand in front of these declining structures, what bits of the past might echo in your own life?
The Hacienda Trailhead was home of the reduction works, the heart of mercury mining operations. It had 8 furnaces roasting ore 24 hours a day, 6 days a week, with a tangle of tracks for rumbling ore cars, men hurrying along paths to the mining offices, and mercury being bottled as fast as it was processed. While none of the furnaces remain, on the hillsides you can still see one of the brick chimneys, built to send stinky sulfur gas away from the town. Today, all that remains is an open field that is now a parking area and an outdoor mining museum. Behind the fence, various mining equipment tells the story of how cinnabar was mined and processed into mercury. The equipment is a testament to the fleeting nature of innovation, and like the park itself, preserved thanks to a community effort of the New Almaden Quicksilver County Park Association and their desire to preserve the land and share the local history. The steep trails that leave the Hacienda Trailhead skirt the canyon known as Deep Gulch, climb to the heights of Mine Hill, and take you to what remains of English Camp.
Looking around, it might be difficult to imagine that this was once a bustling community of over 3,000 people. Living up in these rugged hills and working strenuous and dangerous jobs was not an easy life for miners and their families.
However, these hardy miners were bonded by a strong sense of camaraderie, which resulted in a close-knit community where individuals from different backgrounds and cultures came together to shop, learn, and socialize. In English Camp, you'll also find a monument to the Civilian Conservation Corps. During the Great Depression, when 1 in 4 men was without a job, President Franklin Delano Roosevelt established the Corps to provide jobs to young, unmarried men who sent money home to struggling families. Up to 100 men lived in the CCC camp barracks at the English campsite. They built fire roads, lookout towers, and removed abandoned mine buildings. Amongst the quiet of the wind sighing in the trees and birds chirping, can you hear yesterday's voices of people gathering, school children playing, and bells ringing? Trails from the Mockingbird entrance will pass what remains of the foundation of the Buena Vista pump house. The Buena Vista was the mining company's deepest shaft, at 2,300 feet below the surface, the last 600 feet below sea level. Not only did the Buena Vista lower miners and ore cars deep into the mines, it also pumped tens of thousands of gallons of water per day out of the tunnels, allowing miners to search for cinnabar ore. While these large cement blocks may not look like much today, they stand as a testament of important life-saving tasks. Shortly after leaving the Maccabee entrance, you'll discover what remains of the Senator mine. The concrete towers are dustbins from a furnace that was used to roast cinnabar ore. In 1910, when the Senator Furnace began processing mercury, all mining operations on top of the hill stopped, resulting in families moving away. When you look at these Goliath towers, what are you reminded of? For me, these concrete towers evoke the image of tombstones, marking the end of Quicksilver Mining Company, the dominant quicksilver mining company in California for 50 years. I also think about the miners and their families fanning out across the country. The largest mining remnant left on the hill is the 1940s Rotary Furnace, which can be found down the wide, rolling trails from the Woods Road entrance. World War II created a greater need for mercury because of its use in munitions.
Unlike previous methods of roasting ore, the rotary furnace heated the cinnabar from all sides, allowing a smaller group of miners to gain profits from a diminishing and lower grade ore supply.
In the 1970s, the environmental cost of mercury mining resulted in environmental laws that shuttered any future mercury mining ventures. Its rusting hulk looks out over a recovering landscape and reminds us that the land will outlast our fleeting ventures. Around the corner from the rotary furnace, you'll find where Spanish Town once stood. Other than the cypress trees that mark the entrance to what was once the Hidalgo Cemetery,
and stands of cacti that are left over from in front of Spanish Town homes, nothing remains of Spanish Town today.
In the springtime, these rolling hills are painted with beautiful wildflowers. Were they as breathtaking to the mining families as they are to us? Did they stop to look at the flowers, watch deer graze, and wonder what lay beyond the Santa Cruz Mountains and the Pacific Ocean? What thoughts and feelings were evoked by the sweeping vistas of the valley and the South San Francisco Bay in the distance?
Today, visitors to Almaden Quicksilver County Park enjoy many of the same vistas that miners and their families saw.
Today, we photograph wildflowers that bloomed over 100 years ago, hike and bike the paths that took them to work and back home again, and encourage horses along roads where burros and wagon teams carried essential supplies and shortened an uphill trip. Throughout the years, the park has seen various communities come and go, from the original mining communities to civilian conservation corps to the World War II era miners.
During times of great uncertainty, the hills of New Almaden have provided many with a source of employment, a sense of community, and a hope for the future. While our modern era has known its fair share of uncertainty, Almaden Quicksilver County Park invites today's visitors to enjoy this publicly owned open space, contemplate the past, and begin to understand our place in the larger world surrounded by nature.
Should you choose to go for a hike in Almaden Quicksilver County Park, be sure to bring plenty of water, sun protection, and sturdy shoes. Check the park's website to download a trail map and to check for updated trail conditions or restrictions. If our video series has sparked your interest and you want to visit the New Almaden Quicksilver Mining Museum located in the historic Casa Grande, please consult the Almaden Quicksilver Museum webpage at parkhere.org for current visiting hours.